Week 11 in the books, and I'm officially declaring myself fucking back, baby. Another win. Even though I didn't predict myself to win, I got the win. That's all that really matters. I did okay on predictions this week. I'm 44 and 33 overall. The league is getting very interesting right now, but I'm gonna do a little bit more of a recap in the predictions for next week. So this is just gonna be these matchups. Let's get to the first one. Sutton gets a huge win. Mikosi needed this to stay off the bottom of the league. He did not get it, and so he stays on the bottom of the league. I don't know if he dropped to number 14 or if Hayden's 14, but Mikosi is officially tied for last still with Hayden, and it's looking ugly. Sutton is, I think he's 4-7. Yeah, so Sutton's 5-6, so he's still in the playoffs. So this was a huge win for Sutton. If he had lost and gone to 4-7, it would have been all over for him. I've been saying, that seventh loss is what you don't want to see because you're basically done. Ayuk and Kittle have, especially Ayuk, been playing his dick off for weeks. If Sutton gets Eckler, Kittle, and Ayuk to play good at the same time, he could have a good team. But otherwise, it's still looking iffy. I mean, respect on not starting a kicker though. Fire move. Mikosi's in the same spot he has been in. He traded Madison and Baker Mayfield for someone, but I don't remember who, and it wasn't relevant enough for me to care. So, good one, Sutton. I'm going to go try and find exactly what I said I needed each to do. God dang it, Ish. I needed Ish to win this, but it doesn't matter. I ended up hopping Clay in the standings anyway because he's beaten me, but I've beaten Pushan, and Pushan beat him, so it comes down to points, and I have second most points overall. So I'm officially ahead of Clay, but I really hyped Ish up. I said I was making this pick for personal reasons, and holy shit, he stunk. And there was a minute there in the first half before Jalen Hurts started playing well where Ish was sitting at 43 points or something. It was bad. Everyone shit the bed. Garrett Wilson might officially be over. Tim Boyle or whoever is going to be starting. I don't know. Clay, I shat on your team a lot this year, but if those big three keep playing this well, you could be legit. Amon-Ra, Barkley, and Lamar have the potential to win matchups alone, is what I'm saying. So, tough win for each, but he's still at the top of the lead. Me and Clay are still now both in the playoffs, I think. And yeah, good for us. Look at us. Look at my lawyer, man. Oh. Closest matchup by far this week. Rag snuck it out by less than a half point. Shout out to Jake Elliott. No field goal attempts, but 3 extra points. Philly did just enough to give him the win this week, and that puts Brett at 4-7. His season is basically over. He would have to win out, and a lot of other shit would have to happen. So that's the end. Unless a miracle happens, we will have another new champion. Rob won first year, Brett won. So now either Rob repeats or we get someone brand new. Feels good. Sorry, Brett. Rag, I think, is looking real good. I think he might be tied for second now, but he might have the tiebreaker over people. So good for Rag. Josh Dobbs, fantastic pickup. He didn't have Bijan. Oh my God, he won in his Bimageddon. Oh, Rag's dangerous. Brett, you suck. Rag, way to get a win without Bijan, Calvin Ridley. I think it's Kamara and Olave. Good Lord. I thought Rob could pull it off. I thought he would pull out a little black magic, but Briggs' team is so good that he's immune to black magic. He didn't even need A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown had 1 catch. Thomas didn't even need him. We are in so much trouble, boys. I pray to God that Tyreek Hill loses his left leg and just can't play for the rest of the season. That's our only shot. Rob had an okay game. Brian Robinson played okay. Herbert played good. Somehow Rob's turned this around to where his running backs are his best players again. I don't really know how that happened. Rob on a little bit of a slide here. He's now back to tied for second. Thomas is up there now, tied for second. It's going to be tricky here for anyone to beat Briggs. I'm thinking he'll probably win out, take the 1 seed, get a bye, and then just smoke us all the way through. Gabe Davis either gets 30 points or none, so at some point you're going to have to maybe take him out. But I don't know who to replace him with. Thomas's team's a wagon, Rob's team's mid. Don't know how they have the same record. That's it. I'm back. Didn't have that great of a week. Didn't need it. For some reason, Scott kept Puka Nacua and Isaiah Pacheco on his bench, even though he was starting Najee and Latavius Murray. I mean, Scott, I appreciate it, and I hope you're doing good off the drugs today, but dang, man, thank you. I did the math. Even if he started them, I don't know if he would have won, but it would have been like a 1-point matchup. So, yeah. My team, Mixon got in the end zone real late in that game. Or no, he got in the second before Joe Burrow went out. Thank God. But Scott's team is folding a little bit. I think he's still good in the playoff hunt. Oh, never mind. He's done 4-7. Scott's gone. This was a must win. If I'm winning games with Diggs scoring 6 points, I feel real good about myself. That's a great sign. I think I got potential to give Briggs, to not get blown out by Briggs in the finals here. I think that's my potential. But with that being said, I'm probably going to lose my next 3 games and not even sniff the playoffs, so woohoo. And finally, good Lord, Maish, what a random-ass week. I declared it a must-win for Maish, or I'm never picking him ever again, and he won. He sends Hayden to the bottom of the league, and Maish gets off the floor. Let's go. He survived the count. He got up off the mat and then hung 150 on Hayden's dome out of nowhere. Everyone just had – Trevor Lawrence was QB1 for the first time this season. Running backs have been playing well. Rachaad White has just randomly become a touchdown machine. DK Metcalf tore up the Rams. And even James Cook got a touchdown. Ew. He needs some more from Kelsey, though. If Kelsey hadn't gotten a touchdown, he would have been real hurt. Kelsey looked just lost without Taylor Swift in the audience. Lost. He's somehow become codependent in like a 1.5 month long relationship. Come on, Travie. Come on, man. Hayden, your team's buns. This is nothing new. I can't imagine if Jahmyr Gibbs hadn't turned this around, you might not have a win. Jahmyr Gibbs has been RB1 for the past 5 weeks, and you're still losing every matchup. You still only have 3 wins. How's that? Waddle might be the bust of the year. Godwin's just been okay. Hayden's team's not good. That's just how it is. Good win, Maish. Don't know if you deserve it, but good win. So yeah, I know I showed this at the beginning, but I needed a screen to talk over. Boom, zoom in. All right, yeah, so I'm going to show the standings in the predictions for next week, but right now we have 4 people at 7-4 tied for second. Cal's in the lead alone at 8-3. And then it's me, Clay, Pouchon, and Sutton fighting for those last 2 spots. So it's going to be a really good final 3 weeks of the season. And yeah, since we have so many Thursday and Friday games, I'll be back tomorrow, maybe even in the morning. So set those lineups, and I'll get the predictions out tomorrow. Let's ride.